Hi all, welcome to another short tutorial. I'm actually hemming some trousers for a customer, some corduroy, and I've got some trousers I've got to hem. I'm just going to quickly just go through a short tutorial. I've got a full tutorial on hemming trousers on some previous videos. If you search for them, you'll get the full video, but I'm not going to get into that here. I'm just going to give you some short tips, okay? Now, I'm going to be turning up the way this was originally turned up. This is a double fold, you can see, and most jeans and corduroys, casuals, you'll see a double fold. So you want to kind of retain that. I usually do about ½ an inch turn up, so which is double folded. So ½ an inch turn up will be an inch, because when you fold it up twice it becomes 1 inch. Now I've marked it here, you can see it's got to be turned up there. Now always get your, because a lot of alteration places they do it wrong. Some people, as I said in my previous video, you actually wear your trousers with your seams that way. You don't, and people cut it that way, which is wrong. They put it flat there, which is wrong. So always put your seams together, marry them up. Remember the little engagement, kiss, married. On formal trousers, especially when I'm making trousers, bespoke stuff, the hem is always dropped ½ an inch, so you get an angle. But on casual trousers, I mean, you actually ask the customer, you know, where they like it sitting on their leg. You know, I don't like it. Usually in the tray we have a break, what we call a break. I'll get into more of that later on. Okay, the break is, you'll see a lot of people have their trousers gather around their shoes on top of it. It's called pooling. It's horrible. I like a clean break, which is, it's very clean, the actual crease down the front that just barely sits on the shoe. So always ask your customer that. And the back, of course, your back leg is longer, so you always drop the back ½ an inch. So what you would do is, if you look at my previous video, I go in depth about the lines. And I'm just going to fractionally just drop this at an angle. Make sure you get your front. Make sure, so this is the front. And just slightly angle it, and then you'll get a slight angle at the back. A more in-depth video, I tell you about the angle. And once you've got that, okay, make sure you, well, can never say it, make sure your chalk is sharp, everyone. And once you've got that, just fold it over, fold it, and then you get your other line and just go to the other side, and then just make sure it's all flat. So press that first, and then you just mark your line again. There we go, and there we have it. And then this is on the right side now, so I will cut this out. So I'm going to measure 1 inch down, because we're going to do a double fold, and I always do ½ an inch fold. So mark this 1 inch down, 1 inch down. Okay, let's get this in the shot there for you, and then just, once you've done the one leg, you've got to do both legs. Okay, now, so you do the same. So you get your other leg. So I would usually, you know, there's nothing set in stone in my methods. I just do things as efficiently and as easy as possible for everything I teach and what I do. So you get your other leg, place that down. Remember, the seams have got to go on top of the seams. That's how you wear your trousers. Your legs actually go inside that way, okay? And then what you do, just bring back your other leg. So I mean, they can be on top, they can be on bottom, doesn't really matter, as long as you've got both legs on top of each other, that's fine. Put them on top of each other, and then at the bottom, make sure at the bottom they're level. Now some factories, years ago anyway, some legs were a bit longer. They're just the way they manufacture. I had an Armani pair of jeans, and it's like 3/4 of an inch longer. Rarely will you get those kind of, you know, I suppose the more cheaper brands, the more you'll get a discrepancy between the legs. So just be careful, just be aware. But majority of manufacturers now, it's pretty accurate. So usually, I mean, it's quite rare occurrence I'll actually get one leg that's slightly longer than the other. Of course, when I'm making bespoke trousers, you know, I don't get that, because I actually cut the patterns myself. But anyway, so you just get that on top. Now sometimes on trousers, but sometimes on corduroys, you don't get, you can transfer the marking but by just banging down it. See, it's marked it. So you can do that way, or just place it on top and just transfer the marking. So I'll just transfer the marking to the other side. Just make sure the level at the bottom, and it's there. There we go. And you do the same thing, you know, mark it, and then do your 1 inch down. And all you do is, all right, on here, let's get my sharp scissors, and then you just cut that 1 inch below, which will be your hem allowance. Okay. Once I've actually marked it and cut it, you can see the 1 inch. Then I usually do, some people will actually set the machine and I'll actually fold it and then fold it twice, and then they'll zoom down and go that way. But I don't do that way. So you can do that way if you're used to doing that way, then do it. But my easiest method is this. Just turn up where your chalk mark is and just press it around, all the way around. It's on my last tutorial, you'll see me actually talk about this. All right, and about stretching if there's a discrepancy, but I'm not going to talk about that today. Just look at my previous video and you'll get all the details. So I'm just going to press this all the way around the trousers now. Right, okay, so I've just pressed that all the way around now. So you can just put it on top of each other, especially when you're beginning, to get a good crease. Just make sure and just get a nice crease line, okay? I'll just bring this up to you. You can actually see the crease line there. If you can't see the crease line, if it's a bit faint, then just put your chalk mark. But usually you can. But if not, just crease it over again and just press it. It's the pressing that will create the crease line. And then you just fold the edge to there and you've got your 1/2 inch. And that's how I do things. So I'm going to go all the way around to the trousers again. Just follow it all the way around the crease line, around the trousers. And I'm just going to get back to you when it's all done, yeah? Okay, so I'm just coming to the last, back to how it was originally when we started. Now just remember to press it on the edge. Don't press where the crease was, because you still want to retain that crease, because that's going to be folded back, okay, folded over. So just press on the edge where it's folding up, and there we have it. And now we've got our original crease, and then we've got our 1/2 inch, and all we do is, that's it. And you sit at your machine, fold that, it's already folded now for you nicely, and then set your machine and zoom, and you've got your 1/2 inch hem allowance. So and that's the same, okay, as your corduroy. So there we go. So that's actually, I've just gone into not too much detail. I mean, if you look back at my video on shortening trousers, you'll see I'll go into a lot more depth about how to hem trousers. So that's a little short tip for you there. So hopefully that's helped you. See you soon. Ciao.